Meeting leaders are often asking me, Elise, how can I hold my team accountable to the agreements we make in meetings? Well, it's a really common and confusing situation, since during the meeting, people seem genuine and engaged when these agreements are made, but then they fail to follow through. Well, many leaders end up suspecting they're working with flaky folks, but the problem is rarely laziness or outright sabotage. The real problem tends to be one of the following. First, we get distracted and we forget. This is especially common in high-pressure environments that have people running from one meeting to the next. You might fully intend to do what you said and even be excited about it, only to have your next meeting blow that thought completely out of your brain. Also, sometimes we didn't actually have the same understanding. You thought I'd do it, I thought you were just talking about an idea for later, and, Shirley wasn't even listening. As George Bernard Shaw said, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it's taken place. And finally, sometimes we're uncomfortable disagreeing in the meeting directly, so we murmur something polite that sounded vaguely like an agreement, but actually it wasn't. I have a consultant friend who calls this last form of agreement a restroom agreement, because it's kind of like when you run into someone unexpectedly in the restroom and you enthusiastically agree that, yeah, you should go for coffee one day. That sounds great. I mean, it's not that you don't mean it. You mean it, kind of. But neither one of you is going to run back to your desk and schedule that date on the calendar. The agreement's made to be polite, but there's no real ownership for making it happen. So 2 practices that prove highly effective at preventing these common problems are that you confirm decisions and action items during the meeting by reviewing them in writing together, and then publish the notes where they can be used, meaning that they're easy to find, they're easy to access from where you would be doing that work that you agreed to do. Taking visible notes puts your group's decisions, agreements, and key points in writing where everyone can see them. This eliminates all that guesswork and assumptions that we're all making when we've heard and interpreted things in the way that sounded best to us. When you take visible notes in real time, this solves a host of problems. First, it clears up any misunderstanding. When you write, decision, we'll host our next workshop in Seattle, everyone can see that to make sure that it's what they believe the decision was too. Second, putting notes in writing shows someone that their point was made. So if you have folks in your group who feel the need to talk on and on, repeating the same point, putting that point down in writing can show them that they've been heard. And third, it makes the agreements real. When I say I'm going to do something, and then you write it down in front of the group and confirm with me, is this right, Elise? You're going to do this by Wednesday? Well, now that's an agreement. Fourth, it marks that decision as important progress. Writing it down where everyone can see it shows that this decision did indeed happen and that the group accomplished that together. If that decision is the only desired outcome for the meeting, writing it down is also a signal that, you can now wrap it up. And finally, visible notes like this create an opportunity to have the discussion the group might otherwise avoid. When the team sees "we're going to Seattle" pop up in writing, well, that's a good time to confirm with the group that the notes accurately reflects what they all believe it should say.